Hi, my name is attorney Walter Rudolph Hnot III, and I'm talking to you from 408 from an iPhone 6S Plus, and I'm from Disability Resolution PA, Orlando-based disability law firm. Alright, quick question I get a lot. How do I know which attorney to pick? What's the most important thing? Okay? First of all, the most important thing is that you make sure the attorney has a system set up for disability. Don't just hire any random attorney. Hire an attorney that has a system set up for disability. Okay? Next thing is make sure the attorney has enough time to talk to you. It's important. A lot of these big interstaters, you never even meet an attorney or talk to an attorney until you're going to a hearing, 3 years later. The next thing you need to know, which I think is very important, is that your attorney is accessible. What do I mean by that? Meaning that it's not an internet law firm. Meaning that the attorney has locations where you can meet that attorney. I am what I like to think of as hyper accessible. I go to seven different office locations throughout the week in Orlando. Okay? So as far as accessible attorneys, they do a little advertisement online where they say, hey, I give my clients my cell phone number and they can talk to me at any time, any part of the day, yada, yada, yada. That's cute. It's also not real. It's a lie. The reality is that if they had maybe 20 clients, they could do that. But in order to have a disability practice, you've got to do a lot of claims because they only pay up to $6,000. And if you're like me and you do claims really quickly, meaning you get people found disabled very quickly because you templatize all the forms, you request dire needs, yada yada, then in that particular case, you're only getting paid $1,000 to $3,000 per claim, and that's the average. Well, that means that, let's go through it here, I have to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clients, which means I have to have a big staff, and that staff has to be trained, and there has to be a lot of formulas and templatized documents and forms that tells me what I need to know up front right away. That's why I have some of the largest forms in the industry, and I'm pretty sure as far as the new client interview form, it de facto is the largest form in the industry. Okay? So what I want to tell you is you want to pick an attorney that has time to work with you. The way I get around that by having a ton of clients and also having the time is that we work with the clients and have a lot of individuals fill the forms out with the clients. The forms are detailed. They go into things that other attorneys don't ask about. Why? Basically, I got tired of having to ask my clients over and over and over again the same questions, right? So I templatized the form, put it all together, and now I have some of the most in-depth disability forms that are in the market. Why is this important? Because some claimants can fill out forms, some cannot. Those that can, they take them home, they work on them, they bring them back, and we summarize then all the things I need to know right to that document so I'm ready to roll. Alright, so let's talk about another thing that's really important about the attorney that you pick. If you pick an attorney, make sure that they write a brief per claim per hearing. I right now cannot think of any other attorney in Florida that writes brief per claim for that ALJ hearing. Sure, appeals counsel, sure, federal court, you've got it, but I can't think of any other attorney other than myself that writes a brief per claim at the ALJ level. Why is it important? Why do I do it? Well, a lot of the judges are requesting and requiring, briefs now, which is basically making a lot of the non-legal reps to seek other avenues of getting people benefits on some other governmental system, like, for example, Obamacare. Because when you start to having to write briefs, remember, attorneys are allowed to practice law in the United States, non-legal reps are not. So that means that you basically want to pick an attorney that's not only used to writing briefs, but does a great job at it. What does the brief do? Simplified, it's really the bow. It's the bow on the package. Well, what do I mean by that? What I mean is that when a brief is written by my firm, it goes through a full 5-step sequential step analysis. It goes through every single element. It shows from the medical evidence, 15F, 12F, 3F, whatever. How you meet each and every medical requirement. It shows how you meet the financial requirement, shows how you meet the time, severity requirement, shows how you meet the vocational requirements, okay? Which is very difficult to do, and it takes a lot of time. My briefs go from usually anywhere from 15 pages to the last one I got yesterday from the attorney that writes them at my firm when I'm not writing them was 90 pages. Absolutely incredible. I couldn't believe it. 90-page brief just for a hearing. Okay? That's mind-blowing. Granted, she's one of the top brief writers in the United States, from what I've seen and in my opinion and yada yada, but it's incredible what she can do. Anyways, those are the things you want to look for in an attorney when trying to hire a disability attorney. Okay? You have an absolutely wonderful day. I'll catch up with you later. Thanks so much. Remember, by the time you watch this, it may be old hat. And remember at the same time that if you have a unique question for your unique claim, give us a call. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.